to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
It's not giving you the opportunity for employment. Where are you going to work for employment? So do you know the economic risks, I mean the security risks that portion of Liberians who are employed pose to the stability of our country? Those unemployed young people will eventually turn to Zogos, armed robbers, and a lot of gang will be in the country because they will have to survive. Some of them need a job to sustain themselves in college. You can go to college and you don't have anything. Most of the people are self-reared. They don't have parents that are supporting them. So the civil service was serving as that hope for them to hang on. Now he's saying, no, currently, does this government run any cadet program to train? Who do he say as soon as you get college degree, you're automatically professional? Where in the world that comes from? You're not professional because you have a first degree. That's not how people become professional. You become professional from both your academic qualification and that of your job experience. There where competence comes in. The Joga man who says he had PhD, I listen to him, his English is even horrible. I challenge that man, but the man that's saying do not even have. What kind of man with PhD English horrible that I? And he on state radio saying no kinds of thing. And he's the one bullying people for academic credential. That make him can he sit and pass 101 English? So these are things, and I think the reason he's saying it because their government cannot employ people. Currently, what is the bare minimum pay for civil servants? $150 US. So a man goes to college, AMEU, for example, he pays hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars for his first degree. Is he going to work for $150? Is that why Josiah Joker saying that I should take my first degree and go make $150? So what the essence of having a college education? Is this government waiting to upgrade the salary to at least $500 that I can commensurate with the present day reality?
Background giving that training, what do you know about him?
Yombli Kanga Lawrence. Okay, Yombli Kanga Lawrence used to be office, I think, page. And you know what a page is at the legislature. You know, move document around, somebody coming in the office. Oh yeah, the senator is busy. Those are the things Daniel was doing.
Errand boy?
Yeah, he was just an errand boy to President pro tem of the Liberian Senate when she was just a senator of Grand Bassa County. So you know, Yomblin, like I said the last time, she is a bad girl to Boakai. And so whatever, mostly when she tells Boakai
have made a significant contribution to the part and component of why we have the civil service agency today. I think Brother James spoke about people who've been there for 25 years, like what Brother Eric. Those people are people with institutional knowledge. You know, you don't remove people with institutional knowledge. People stay in a job for a long time, they are considered in the professional setting as institutional knowledge. Now, when you come in as a new government, the first question here is, do you want to reduce the workforce, especially when you are coming in as a political appointee? Because Josiah Joker is a political appointee. We need to establish this fact that there are political appointees that come to position or professional appointees. Professional appointees is not going to look at things from a political standpoint. He's going to look at things from a professional standpoint that merit a strategy to maintain the people. What Josiah is doing is more of a political guy who wants
His program is impacting life. Listen to this. Women that want just you broadcast impacting our life. Listen to them.
We are very angry. They anger in us to the extent that we not even able to express ourselves. Because when we see it, it's kind of like one person there for you to feel us. When especially the state police,
a lot to the international community. I told people here, maybe tonight you can be overlooking what I'll be saying. I said the Unity Party has been blackballed. You think that I won't get connection? You think that I won't have spreading gibberish around the world? First, I told them that they forget about Europe. They ain't getting nothing from Europe yet. So we inside all here. We inside all here. We know this country. We know what's going on around. Prince, the Arab War zero. Maybe the only place they will tend to Putin. Maybe that Putin, Russia, they will go, or China, they will go to. Because China and Putin now they get alliance now. And they come and break that alliance with heavy tariff from the world superpower. You saw China displaying that military might they few days when Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un from North Korea. Listen, United Party broke. I challenge them. I challenge Gafuan. He can never turn the economy around. They need billions of dollars. First of all, please, the United Party, reality, if they have money, you think they're preaching about 9 so can I signature project? I said, they cannot match real developmental politics in the country and kill them. Can you displaying project yet? Project was some CDC don't even
fly in luxurious private jet. Stay with me for more details. On the 27th of October, this luxurious aircraft flew from Istanbul, Turkey at Atatürk International Airport at 3:14 p.m. and landed in Liberia at 7:50 p.m. This Turkish company, Okon Group Aircraft, picked up Joseph the Koro Boakai on the 29th of October at 12:22 a.m. and landed in Paris at 7:25 a.m. Again, follow the details carefully. This aircraft is owned by a Turkish company called Okon Group. Okon Group is a mining contractor that is working on the new Liberty Gold Mine in King George, Grand Cape Mine County, which is owned by Adversarial Resources. In 2019, Okon was contracted to take over mining activities at New Liberty and other operations to reduce Adversarial's cost. The mine is operated by Bay Mountain Mining Corporation, a subsidiary of Adversarial Resources. On February 29, 2024, Liberian police forces honored Joseph the Koro Boakai, opened fire on a crowd of peaceful protesters in the mining town of King George, leaving at least 5 dead and 16 wounded. Young people in King George gathered at the concession site of Bay Mountain Mining Company in Grand Cape Mine County to protest, demanding the company to employ qualified.
I'm a United Party partisan from local country.
So how long have you been selling here?
I've been selling almost 3 years. Not even 3 years, but I can't remember, but almost, yeah.
But you've been selling here for a long time.
For a very long time.
Yeah, so how was things doing President Town?
It was smoothly moving. Oh, small, but for now, benefit. As you can see, since the morning, we never even sell one customer.
So since this morning,
and then
nobody has bought anything for you here?
Yes. Police can take a market. They expect you to free, you know.
Okay.
Since the morning, nobody number. So how you free? You leader, I will get taken a market.
Wow. So now, will you prefer President we are coming back?
Oh yes, I'm a United Partisan.
You are United Partisan,
yes.
But now if election is here today,
I will vote President we are.
President we are.
Yes.
So yeah, you know the partisan.
Yes, because of what going on now. They really getting on shit. Yes.
Yeah, economic condition is not better.
Yes.
Okay, your name again?
I'm not Jay Kamara.
I'm not Jay Kamara.
Yeah.
Thanks for having you. So ma, how everything? How's the country with you now?
The country too hard. Now la to you my son. The country hard.
Wow.
Can you imagine? My children coming dre. The old shoe that on the bed I take from there. Doing job time. Yeah. I will buy different things. I will come at shopping. I buy different things. But the old shoe, yeah. I come from Breaching it now. I'm going to put it on the green tray. So tell me now, what the facility now will go on in the country? It's too hard.
So you saying that what you were promised by the Joseph Yuma Boakai government, that is not what you
nothing. I'm not saying nothing working. Nothing working, brother. I will not lie to you.
So what do you prefer now? Will you prefer George Mano we are coming back?
I say I prefer 100 times. You know what I will tell you? My chicken, my dog, everything waiting. Nah.
Everything waiting.
I say everything waiting to vote for Joria.
Wow.
Yes, because I know the interest are in him, and I know that God sent him.
Okay, God sent him.
Yeah, God sent him.
So,
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So how is business going? How's business?
The business is not really improving.
Of Liberia and George Ware, if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer. Our economy hardship, poor will suffer, rich will suffer, every people will suffer. You see, all the four classes of human will suffer.
Here for over some years, and so during the regime of George Mano Weah, and as compared to now under President Joseph Yuma Boakai, how can you compare business?
You can't compare it because I can remember 2017 when George Weah become president for Liberia. As of the time I start making money on my own. I even bought Lendy. But anytime the party people come in power, something very hard. As you can see me, this is not my body. Things are hard. Yeah, so from the economic situation, the economic situation for presently, this regime is very hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard.
So it was quite better doing George Mano Weah
down now.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you are grading the two governments, who will you grade higher past them first?
I will grade George Weah government 100% and this government 10%.
Okay, thank you so much. Your name again?
I'm James Fire.
James Fire. Thank you. So how is business going?
Thank God, my man, you know now.
So you still a Joseph Boakai government. So doing George Mano Weah, how was business with you?
Business was already know to say what this number no business, but to say one thing is that I'm playing.
Wow. So are you saying now it's better than Joseph Yuma Boakai time is higher than President Weah time?
Very, very hard. To prepare Joria time, one Joria again, that will come back.
So are you calling Joria back? So if election is to be held, who will you vote for? Joria? Wow. So if you have to grade the past regime and the current regime, how will you grade them?
The past regime, I will grade the past regime 80%, and this regime, I will grade this regime 50%.
Thank you so much. Your name again?
I'm Moses.
Moses. So like the regime of President.
We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message. The people of Liberia and George Ware, if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer. Our economy hardship, poor will suffer, rich will suffer, every people will suffer. You see, all the four classes of human will suffer. We suffer. I'm not from Liberia, but that's the message of the Lord for the people in Liberia. If you put that opposition of Boakai or Boakai to be your president, Liberia will sink. Calamity will befall Liberia. You don't expect joy again. The name Liberia will crash. This person has nothing to offer you. Spiritual Liberia will die. The best man for this job is George Ware. Vote him and he will do better than ever. He will do better than his first term. And there will be total development in Liberia. That is me for you. That's what the Lord said. Go and check all my prophecies. I'm not boasting, but that
nothing new, so I'm not going to. Are you ready to vote? Those in favor say yea. Again, Senator Taylor, you got 2 minutes. Mr. President of the Senate, Madam Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues, the issue about the work permit is not nothing new, so I'm not going to go all around the place. Just like today, the country are open to domestic debt that have been audited. It's the same way we will continue to hammer this thing about work permit until we get it right. Until we are satisfied that the judge will provide it, by the laws we pass, by the concession we ratify, that our people will get jobs because they qualify and not because they partisan. So I'm asking the endorsement of the plenary to commission the GSC to audit the work permit regime. To get work permit in Liberia, like it is, I believe, everywhere in the world, the person who is being issued a work permit must first demonstrate that they have been resident in Liberia and get resident permits over time. And before you get work permit to work, the Ministry of Labor must do everything to ensure that that work is given that person, no Liberian is eligible or qualified. So the GSC must be commissioned to audit the entire regime of work permit so that we can get it straight. I'm not going to opinionate, but at least there are more than 20,000 work permits out there, more than 20,000 jobs out there that Liberians are available to do. Without politicizing, the New Talk Eastern, Mr. President of the Senate, the civil colleague, especially us for the rescue government. Our people say we need. Say what? Mom, you 1 minute. No, 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 1 minute. Our people say we need. I beg you, Senator Moise. I want to land on something here. Even if you get 5%, the sex that you get, they say you mean. Even in the fact, some agents say, no, maybe you're not lucky. I don't get something from that person. The general perception is a public official, especially when people, they mean. Mr. President of the Senate, Mr. President of the Senate, more than 20,000 jobs in the private sector in the labor market that work the men was selling for that job, for those jobs, and depriving our people. We cannot be here under the regime and allow it to happen. We should not allow it to happen. In 2019, 2018, the former government paved the road, the door for military road. First time in the history of this country. In 2019, there was a by-election that contested in. The people in door for military walk on that road to go vote for me. They didn't vote for the government candidate because they didn't have job. We must be intentional and deliberate about providing job for our people so we can think that the lesson or the president.
As an influential authority, oversight authority for SOEs, thus leading to the weak oversight of SOEs for years. Consequently, lack of accountability and waste and abuse of resources across state-owned enterprises are prevalent, thereby affecting the effective delivery of all public services and hence undermine national growth and development. Let me say without mincing words that many of our SOEs are marred with mismanagement and abuse of resources they control to provide services to Liberians. The heads of many SOEs feel that they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people, who are the owners of the enterprises they head. Deliberately fail to submit the operational reports to the BSE for consolidation and publication to the public in flagrant violation of the BFM laws. This is because the existing laws do not specifically provide sanctions for heads of SOEs when they violate the laws. And abuse of resources across state-owned enterprises are prevalent, thereby affecting the effective delivery of core public services and hence undermine national growth and development. Let me say without mincing words that many of our SOEs are marred with mismanagement and abuse of resources they control to provide services to Liberians. The heads of many SOEs feel that they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people, who are the owners of the enterprises they head. Deliberately fail to submit the operational reports to the BSE for consolidation and publication to the public in flagrant violation of the BFM laws. This is because the existing
All
laws
right.
do not specify.
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. And as usual, we want to say, do us a favor. And that favor that we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button. Share with others in the various chat rooms that you find yourself in. Share on your pages, and let's have a wonderful time. Let's use this time to welcome some of our people before we bring, our panelists from behind the scene. We want to welcome Ave JJ Peters. How are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. I want to welcome Bill Gay. How are you? Bill Gay, thank you so much for following us there from Grand Bassa County. Bicano is in the house. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. And to all of our people there in Grand Bassa, I want to say, Bemwende, you are highly welcome. Thanks to all of you, all of you, all of you. I want to also welcome and appreciate my own brother, Lucini Vani. How are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine, Uncle Lou. My regards there to you and the family. Thank you so much for everything you do. I really, really follow and appreciate everything you continue to do. Jolie Lope, thank you so much, Jolie Lope. We appreciate your presence here. It's a privilege for us to have you here, Jolie. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you that are joining us from across the globe, some of you whose name I'm not privileged to see because of the limitation of technology from our end. I want to say all of you are welcome. And as usual, we say hit for us the share button, inform friends, inform family members that we are here. And together we're going to have a very, very wonderful, a very, very wonderful time. So again, just do us that favor, hit for us the share button, and then we're going to have a wonderful time here. Welcome to all of you, and thank you all for joining us. We are here today with another fascinating topic, with another fascinating news, with another very informative news. Our own sister Josephine Campbell, we want to welcome you, and our deepest condolences to you. It is not easy. She's going through her own loss. She lost her son-in-law. So let's keep our sister Josephine Campbell in our prayers, as she goes through these very, very tough moments of life. So says Jojo, our prayers are with you, and we pray that you'll be doing great, well, and fine. On this note, we want to welcome our own chief, the Honorable Randolph Masekwe Dobayu. Honorable Dobayu, how are you, chief?
Well, I'm doing okay, my dear brother Prince Sharif, and I'd like to join you and say sympathy to our sister who lost her loved one, and say hi to everyone that have joined our show today. Today's show promises, as usual, to be fascinating We're going to dig deeper. We're going to address several issues. We're going to expose hypocrisy in the regime. We're going to highlight Ludo Tape, his hypocrisy, the statement he's made. We're going to talk about Musa Belete. You know, Musa Belete has been denied, you know, the right to build bridge. You know, we're going to talk about, of course, the oil business not going anywhere. We can't leave that. We're going to talk about other growing national issues. So the best thing you can do for us at this moment is to hit the share button. Do not touch the dial. Do not switch radio station. Do not switch internet. We are here to serve you, and we are here with the optimate best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly, and welcome as always. Before we go into our issue, I just want us to deal with this issue quickly because I know these are not things that we should take too much longer time on because they have no merit, they have no substance. There is this rumor people passing around. Oh, His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah is sick. He gone for this, he gone for that. Do you care to just fill us in? Hearing all of these different rumors and stuff like that. Let's hear from you, sir.
I mean, who's saying Joey? I say, yeah, let me know you for who say. I'll be simple right here on this one, and I'll be a little humorous. Who's saying Joey? I say.
I just said Boakai because once
who's talking
he
about
took
sickness here?
I just said you might Boakai crew.
Yeah, who's talking about sickness here? And what constitutes sickness? So if you woke up this morning, you got headache, is that sickness? Is that illness, or you're not feeling okay, or it's just fever? I don't discuss innuendos, right?
No.
Everyone can get sick. Only one person in the world have not gotten sick, which is God. Anyone can get sick. But if you're referring to a sickness where because a man of Joshua status, in his age, almost 60 years of age, and from there you be going to the last 10 years that God gave 3 score plus 1. That's a golden era. He decided to focus more and more on his health. And you see him very healthy. You see, it is only in Liberia, my dear brother Prince, that the benchmark for enjoyment, the benchmark for being healthy is for you to have a perforated stomach, for you to have a voluminous belly, for you to have a shapeless appearance. Once your stomach is big, you go to bed, you snore, you look, in their mind, that's looking healthy when you look big. When you're oversized, overweight, people don't know whether obesity is somewhere there. People don't know whether you are suffering from cholesterol, some fat, So all around the world, see Japan. Japan is the only country in the world that has over 100,000 people living in their hundreds. To see people in their centuries living in Japan is the most healthy country in the world. See the Japanese, how they look, and look at how Joshua looks. Most of them are not fat people. Most of them don't have big stomach. Most of them, they train to eat healthy food. They mind their diet and they do away with fat. The Japanese tea is one of the best teas in the world. So, wait a second here, because Joshua, he's ugly. After the presidency, during the presidency, you don't have chance to do your normal exercise to focus on things that matter to you. You have country problem on your head that you need to solve. And so after the presidency, the president has gone to the gym. He's practicing. He's extremely healthy. You saw Galasco going live and showing him. So when you hear people, they have nothing to say. They have nothing. Joe Boakai, who have people make on him, and they got to prep him up. They treat him like he's making video, like he's a movie actor, because they got backstage for him. When he's traveling, he travel away. See the convoy. See Joe Boakai convoy. The convoy has about 4 ambulances. Can you imagine taxpayer money? The convoy, Joseph Boakai convoy, has about 4 ambulances. Since the inauguration, the situation that he, I don't know, fainted or what happened to him, since then they beef up the medical contingent of the convoy. And so I don't like discussing people's health, because it is God who makes us healthy. But the Unity Party people are so less busy to the extent that you look at a very healthy man like Joshua. Also, they want Joshua to be looking at Raul Wilson, one other guy from
I know. Access. Okay, but access recovery, Robert Wilson.
Yeah, you see, man, look at eat. He alone can eat whole catfish, big catfish. I'm talking about $250 US catfish. The man eat S bar, got 4 S bar, one there for chicken feed, one there for cow meat, one for, and he eats uncontrollably. That's how you want a man of Georgia status to be like, a man who trains regularly, plays soccer. So I don't want to waste my time on this. We got many important things to discuss. Georgia have thrown a challenge. He said, if you think you have to money him, you go wrong. Come, you go wrong. You set the meter, you go wrong. Let's see who will leave on the way. So the government is very less busy. The government is the one feeding this propaganda because they got nothing to do. They want to distract people from the real issues. The real issues is the issue of the ordeal, the issue of the regular statement the chairman is making, the issue about Musa Bedete wanting to build bridges and the government misbehaving. That's a real issue.
Thank you so very kindly. So again, fellow Liberians, do us a favor, hit for us the share button. It's going to be very interesting today. And, we're going to have a wonderful time. So as usual, we say hit for us the share button and let's do it together. Let's do it together. Send us all of the comments, just be respectful in the comment section. There is no need to insult someone or use vulgarity if you want to get your point across. You can make the strongest point without using invectives. So we do not encourage invectives here. We encourage you, coming up with your points and etc. But please, this place is not the place that we prioritize insult. Where Boakai and his chronics are the people who encourages insult. So for us, we don't do that. That's why we come here to educate our people. So again, we want to say welcome to all of you. We appreciate you. Juja Wenwu, thank you so much. We are son. We appreciate you. Amara Jala Kamara, thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you who are joining us, we appreciate all of you. I mean, hundreds of you all around the place. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so very kindly. Honorable Wanda Dobayu, I want us to start on this particular issue. I know that it is the responsibility of government when you are given an opportunity to serve to ensure that you deliver to the people. The people entrust you with their resources, they entrust you with everything of theirs, their security and etc. And you are under obligation to use those resources to ensure that the people's rights are protected, that the people to benefit from the resources through either these public, projects or these different projects that are carried on by government. But there is something that is happening in Liberia which is very, very terrible. Since the Boakai-led administration took over, we've not seen any tangible development. All of the things that they promised the Liberian people that they were going to do, Mr. Boakai is on record telling the Liberian people that when he becomes president, 4 months within his presidency, Liberia will not be the same no more. We'll experience unprecedented development. There will be jobs, etc., etc. Cars will no longer get stuck in the mud. We'll have paved roads around because he has friends in higher places that can make things work for him. Unfortunately, as we speak, there are no projects that Mr. Boakai has initiated. Almost all of the projects that we are seeing under this government are projects that were paid for by the WIA-led administration. And some of them, they were already at the stage of completion. Some of them were 50%, some 60%, some even 80%. And we are seeing Boakai completing these projects that have already been paid for by the previous government and doing nothing new from his end. And the people there are lavishing in abject poverty, no jobs, and etc. But what is even more interesting is that people always ask and say, what are you doing? What are you doing for your people? What are you doing as an opposition? We received this communication from Musa Hassan Belete. We saw a communication from the Public Works of Honorable Belete expressing his interest in carrying on a project in Bon County, carrying on a project in Bon County. And at the end of the day, the Ministry of Public Works is literally denying Honorable Bility the opportunity to give back to his people as a lawmaker, even though he wasn't elected in Bond County, but he is a lawmaker, also a political individual that decided to help his people. And the communication is here. I'm trying to bring out that communication. Julie, you are welcome. How are you? Welcome. What do you make of this identical communication from Musa Hassan Bility that is been seriously scrutinized in the public, and that the government of Liberia has denied Musa Hassan Bility the opportunity to carry on this project? I'm trying to, see how best I can be able to bring it on. But I want to hear from you, Honorable Dubayu. Where are we with Musa Hassan Bility and that of the government denying him this particular opportunity to give back to his people?
So let me just say this, Mr. Prince Sharif. Musa Bility is an opposition leader. We are an opposition party. He being opposition is not meeting up to his obligation to the Liberian people. But I think he ought differ in terms of the approach. Because if we had not differ in the approach, perhaps he would have been part of our party. So we have one core commonality here. He and us believe that the current governance culture of the Unity Party is not sufficient enough to deliver basic social services. So in short, we have a point of meeting here. We have effectors, right? We have a point of convergence. Right? Do you want to read the letter first?
Yeah, definitely. That's why I was.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so fellow Liberians, we do have the letter here. And this letter is in response to Honorable Musa Hassan Bility request of trying to give back to his people in Bond County by building a bridge. So we are going to read the communication here. This is the response from the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Public Works. So just so you know, let's enlarge it. I hope it's enlarging from your end. It reads here November 4th, 2025. Mr. James M.Y. Yogu, National Chairman, Citizen Movement for Change, that is the CMC, Sophie Road, Congo Town, Tottenham Boulevard, Liberia. Subject: Request for review and approval of design document for the construction of a 38-meter bridge in Bond County. Dear Mr. Yogu, the Ministry of Public Works acknowledges receipt of your letter dated the 16th of October 2025, submitting design documents for the construction of a 38-meter bridge in Bond County. We wish to inform you that the government of Liberia, through a budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Public Works, has planned for the construction of the subject bridge and in the process of finalizing all technical documents for procurement of a contractor. Notwithstanding, my team has reviewed the documents submitted and would like to advise that for any future request for a construction of a bridge structure, the following technical information should be accompanied with your request to facilitate our review and approval processes. Below are the documents required when requesting a construction of a bridge. 1. Site topography studies report. 2. Geotechnical investigation report. 3. Hydrological and hydraulic report. 4. Structure analysis and design. 5. full working drawings. We appreciate your effort in promoting development in our country and look forward to future collaboration. This is from Roland Lafayette Giddings, Minister of the Ministry of Public Works. Fellow Liberians, this is the reply from the government of Liberia. Honorable Dowayu, it's over to you, sir.
So firstly, the government has lied in interpreting the steps involved for a proponent or a project developer to undertake such infrastructure project. The first step was what Musa Bedite did. The first step was, firstly, to write the government and say, this is what I want to do. It is a government in this response. It is a government who's supposed to say, okay, based on this one, this are what you're supposed to do. So the man's a private citizen. How can you say, before the man read you, these are things you should say, technical study, hydrological survey, and all of these things. No, that what the man wrote you a plain letter. In your response, you said these are things that you should do. So that one letter denying the man at the same time telling the man these are things you should have done for it, that inconsistency read them. It's like somebody want to open radio station. Prince Sherry wants to open radio station. Prince Sherry has written the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism and say I want to open radio station. So please guide me in opening a radio station. Then the Ministry of Information ready by and say, you know what, we're about to open a radio station. But the first step in building radio station is to ask us first. But they may already ask you in your letter. It is your response. Because in that letter, we should be hearing that, okay, we told you to do this and you violated. But they may follow the law by informing you. That's the same thing we do at the EPM. Any project developer, when you want to initiate a project, you write a plain letter to the EPA, the executive director. You say maybe you want to do gold. If you want to do gold, under the law, we got to ask you which about gold you want to do, class A, class B, class C, or you want to be an artisanal miner. Most of the time, artisanal miners do not write us. Then we will tell you, based on the prevailing circumstances of that environment, the environmental outlook, baseline data, we say this is the ESI study, environmental social impact assessment. You need either EIA, you need project brief, or you need a comprehensive study. So you got to hire an independent evaluator who give you the list of everything based on the initial letter you sent us. So that is what Musa Bedite did in this case. But let me say this, let me first welcome Brother Jake. Brother Jake, you are highly welcome.
Salute, brother.
You see, where's the bigger picture here? Yeah, where's the bigger picture here with the government? Every responsible government, Prince, they rely on what we call public-private partnership. There must be a cooperation between the public, the state, and citizen for the country to grow. The citizen cannot operate in isolation of the state. The state likewise. The state is that space, that territorial landscape, that 8,000 square mile is presided over by the president. That's why the president is the head of state, the armed forces of Liberia, and the commander-in-chief. And chief executive, he has 3 titles. So there's a difference between the government and the state. The government can be changed, but the state cannot be changed. But the president presides over all 3. So you cannot divulge public-private partnership in terms of national growth. So in this case, one able and bridges, that is a desire to strengthen national development and reduces burden on the state. But Boakai, in this context, did not look at the bigger context. In this context, he looked at the politics. He doesn't look at Liberia is a struggling country. They're not even meeting their budget target. They're not meeting their deliverable. Somebody, a private citizen, say, I want beef off your effort to do this. So if you have this, divert it to other priorities. Divert that to other priorities. So in this case, why this government Black Musa Bedite from building bridge in his own country, and others invest in similar case, why they are blocking a Liberian from building bridge, they bring in a Sierra Leonean, giving him contract to Liberia Water and Sewer. So the question now is, why can Boakai government partner with Liberians who want to initiate project? If you say the agenda, RS agenda is an inclusive agenda, then why shy away, a Liberian who wants to invest? But the real reason why this has happened is because this government is indulged. This government is involved. This government is beclouded, clouded, and shielded with the spirit of hypocrisy and double standard. So it is the spirit of double double standard and hypocrisy that I want to unveil here. The Unity Party that today, denying Musa ability of development, those are the people who say Liberia should be placed first. Everything they do, they say think Liberia, build Liberia, blah Liberia. That's their motto. Think Liberia, build Liberia. So you are thinking Liberia now. Where is your conscience? If you're thinking Liberia, build Liberia, why are you denying Musa ability who has honored your motto? Musa Belede has honored your motto by initiating these community projects because he believes citizens need basic services that are lacking, and since he has the financial and capability, progress and insight and connection, he decided to live Labro, think Labro, and build Labro. Now you deny him. That's double standard and hypocrisy by the Unity Party. So the Unity Party, you can't be saying, oh, a technical detail, why you going to Sierra Leone and getting partners from there. In that detail, they're talking about, and no technical plan. Okay, technical plan. Ministry of Public Works honor your law. All vertical structure above one floor elevation, they must have permit. How about the structure in Lofa County? Where is the permit for it? Since nobody is claiming ownership of that project, why is Boakai is not, why is it this regime is not asking, the project developer to bring technical details? That structure, it requires environmental permit. It requires because the stress it will put on the environment, the waste that will be created from the users, the air quality, everything. It requires environmental involvement. But there's no evidence that got environmental permit, Ministry of Public Works permit. But today, Public Works is asking Musa Belete for things that they did not ask Tantan for building a nightclub. So, Mr. Boakai, in a nutshell, his government has betrayed a public-private partnership theory. It has been betrayed, and Boakai regime does not believe in partnership with his citizens. They only believe in patronage, and economic discrimination is the order of the day. Blocking a Liberian from building in his country for initiating development, thinking Liberia, building Liberia is discrimination. A counterproductive to development is anti-Liberian. And we have to say this is favoritism. If Mr. Boakai today, if Mr. Musa Belete was a government ally, that would not have happened. If Mr. Belete was sinking praises to Mr. Boakai, that would not have happened. But because he's critical, because he loves his country, he's voicing out, and because they believe that if this man is given the chance to do development, 2029, he will get more to say. They don't want that to happen. That what happened with Ambassador We are President We are 2007 when he was defeated. He went to his friends. He negotiated for a soccer stadium to be built in Keman. The government at the time, United Party, they did not judge Weah because they did not want him to have leverage. They did not want him to have anything to reference. So is the case of Musa Belete. This government is hypocritical. This government believes in double standard, and it's not strange to me. I will conclude on this.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you again. We want to use this time to welcome our brother, Jake. Thank you so much for joining us. We are faced with this particular issue, and I want to just, pave my point to you or to open a discussion with you on this point. When the Boakai administration told us that their agenda is love Liberia, or they always use this particular, jabs, love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. Here we are seeing a Liberian trying to exercise that particular or want to make sure that maybe one would say a verbal word become a reality or a slogan. Thank you. The slogan become a reality by impacting his people's life in Bon County. But here you have the Ministry of Public Works just flatly denying him. I know, as far as we're concerned, we having a kind of, plan on that particular area to build that bridge, even though it has been there for, I don't know, since God knows when. This government is in their third year, and they have not talked about that anywhere or anywhere in their book. But today they are denying the Musa Hassan Belete that wants to contribute to his community, to his people. Let's hear from you. What do you make of this, his denial by the government? Unmute yourself, please. Just unmute yourself.
Yes, salute to you, Rano, and salute to Prince and the followers. Y'all help to share the video. As we always see, sharing is free. Y'all, we are appealing to you people. Y'all share this video. Let it go across. Yeah, Prince. Prince, there's a political witch hunt in another way. Ronald said it already. Ability were part of the group, the rescue people. They will never hesitate. They were lying to construct, and they would gain credit on that particular. Probably will bring Boakai to break ground. So, but why the supporters here or followers here are scared? The United Party can never, they let development in a playbook. They only let corruption, that reality. They just want to get rich. So Gillies, it's a shame more than Gilly put $22 million in the mud. Where Gilly to get audacity to have where Labro will only develop. We get nothing going on. Somebody that coming to help to construct a bridge for that city, for a citizen or for the Liberian people. Then you're putting roadblock in everything. It's a shame on the United Party. As you read our slogan just now, I even want to dive into that slogan. Yeah, because why? Everything concerning these people. The people not ready here. These people not ready to govern the country. They wish something in every form. It must be bridge on your government. It's a plus for you people. But they don't want for Musa to get political relevant. Let me tell you, because the CMC growing a lot of wave in the country. The CMC, the new political party. You're forgetting they see Musa Bedete. They were part of the whole CPP, the Liberty Party. All of them were together. You finish forgetting Liberian people? When normally all of them, the CPP, they were putting George Rafi to the fire. Today now the man decided he left the Liberty Party. He decided to open your own party. They wish hunting every form. And you get more to see. Not only that bridge area, they want indicting, they want bringing, they even change, even the EFBC boss, they tracing your money all in Greece and other countries that can get offshore account, all these things then. So they don't want to see the opposition. They don't want to see opposition at all in every form. Look at the building. You remember the dedication of that tower? And they say that Boakai project. When they will build that tower now, who getting the green light to build that tower where Boakai went to delegate? It's a shame on the United Party. The United Party don't have a gender prince. They don't have a gender. No. They wish hunting. So they're trying to tell us now, alone in the opposition group, even you get a multi-millionaire to come in the country to invest in that country, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Sooner they know you're not part of them. They will put all roadblock in anything. You can bring a multi-million-dollar investor in that particular country. They will never want to because they know you from the other side or you associated the other side. So Prince is a shame. Giddies they not having the right because I'm blaming Giddies then. I blame the legislature that the men I went to your and told you he put $22 million in board. They got $22 million. Now you're letting him to go free that. No, you couldn't dismiss him you couldn't impeach him or dismiss him. It's a total corruption. You apologize, so you accept that kind of huge amount of money. Envelope was shared now. So more which one will come, not only ability. The other political leader watch that back, the United Party only care for that say. Alone you're not throwing that water, you're not following that miss rule or anything, forget it. Leave it. You're not part of them. That how the country is hardly.
Thank you, my brother Jake. Thank you. I think we're experiencing some.
It's a shame on the country. It's a shame.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No,
Fellow Liberians.
it's a shame, man.
Thank you. I want to say this, and I want us to just retrospect. When we tell you that this government is a very useless government that do not intend to better your life, that has no agenda to ensure that you are taking from one level of your life to a positive level of another, you say we lie. I want to give you this example. When the useless Joseph Boakai brought in a zinc boat. Y'all remember that zinc boat that Joseph Numa Boyka brought in? He said he gave to the
In
people of
Riverside.
Nassau County in Riverside.
Riverside. Yeah.
Do you know that it is the Ministry of Transport that is responsible for anything relative to transportation, whether it be a sea, land, or air?
Yeah.
I don't know that didn't want responsible and then so hell no. Fine. During President Weah time, when Joseph Numa Boyka saw the need and said, well, let help the people, even though that thing was not even correct, but let's agree when he brought that thing. Did the government of President Weah stop Joseph Numa Boyka and say, well, you got to get payment from the Ministry of Transportation. We got to evaluate the kind of boat that you're bringing or the kingdom that you're bringing. We got to look at, you hear all of these things. You hear the government talking all of that thing. When Joseph Numa Boyka, according to him, when they saw the need, even though it was a political, how you call, move, but when they saw the need to be able to bring that particular kingdom or that zing or whatever they brought to the Liberian people, you hear that noise there from President Weah? You hear the government of President Weah saying, oh, we got to inspect it, and you got to get a permit. In fact, the place you're buying from, we got to look at it. And this thing here, we got to look at the duration. We got to look at this. We got to look at the safety and X, Y, Z, and Z. You hear it from President Weah? We continue to say this, and some of you think that joke. 2029 is not going to be your usual election. Get ready. And we will not allow. Look, Boyka is showing us sign that he will do everything to ensure that he steals power. He will do everything to ensure that he subdues Liberians of exercising their democratic franchise. And that's why we stand up to Boyka. We stand up to him. We will not allow that stupidity to have residence in our democracy. We have suffered for this democracy too long. Almost 300,000 Liberians died in order to ensure that today we have what we have. A man like Joseph Numa Boyka, who is a leech, a man like Joseph Numa Boyka, who is a squanderer par excellence, will not carry us back, will not retrogress this country, will not accept it. Under the regime of President Weah, there were people who did so many things. These were the same foolish people when Cassell, y'all remember the issue of
Brought a helicopter.
the helicopter? When Cassell was
Yes.
bringing a helicopter, and when the government of Liberia said, the aviation part of Liberia said, well, there are other processes that we must be able to follow. There are things that you must be able to submit to us before you can be able to bring in your helicopter. Were this not the same idiot that were making noise around here?
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah.
it should not happen. Were this not
You
the same
cannot pay for the airspace. Yeah. Yeah.
somebody bringing in an aircraft that will have to land to a place where people supposed to pay taxes, etc., etc. And these were the same people that were causing noise. They say no.
Yeah.
The men were just bringing in. They were making all of this noise. It is unfortunate, fellow Liberian, to see a government that do not care about its people. Because what just Musa Hassan Belete is not a fool that he will just take anybody and say, you can't build. I believe you have the requisite people to be able to do that project. Even let's agree that Musa Hassan Belete don't even have the people. But this alone should be a plus for the government to see a Liberian saying, okay, let me do this. From all indication, the government, let's say the least that the government could do. All right, Musa Hassan Belete, we appreciate your initiative. We are going to assign the requisite engineer or the requisite experts with you so as to guide you in the process. From all, that was the least that the government could do to buttress the effort of another Liberian trying to save other Liberians' life. We will work along with you. And let Musa Hassan Belete say, no, I don't want to work with you. Then let's see as people. Let's analyze and see who is at fault. But nothing of such. Just in one funny, foolish letter, they outrightly denied everything. They said, no, we won't work with you. We will not work with you. We already get playing for that particular project. These people did this same nonsense in, how you call this, a place in Bapolu. When I think the lawmaker went there, I think it was Musa Hassan Belete went there and wanted to build a bridge. They said, no, don't build a bridge. We build a bridge. at the end of the day, they took one sheet of mental and just put it right on the place there. Just lay it there. And as I speak to you, that bridge, I get a clip here during the show. I will show it. That bridge, according to what we are gathering, the the sheet that they put there, the mental sheet that they put there, slipping off the bridge. To the extent now, the community dwellers, they say they got to block it. When car one pass, they got to block it, or else when you get on it, the plate can be slipping off the bridge.
But Prince, I'm cutting you up. Prince, I'm cutting you up. Prince, but Musa is in government. Musa is elected. Now not saying private. Now the private citizen.
Government official. So you can see, that's why we continue to tell you from the very beginning that Joseph Newman Boakai is not a respected of the law. Joseph Newman Boakai is going, they do not love the Liberian people. Joseph Newman Boakai is using power to deny the Liberian people of their needed benefits. That's what they are doing. Joseph Newman Boakai wants us to believe the nonsense that he is saying, that they get paid for the bridge. When did Joseph Newman Boakai start thinking of developing bridge? When a $22 million was given to Guinness, and at the end of the day, they squandered that particular money. When he was called by the lawmaker, only for him to go and say, "Oh, you're sorry, blow ahead that money there. It finished long time. We finished dirty that money. That money, but forget it. I cry again to the blow again. Go. Forget it. You're being that play. You cry for now. The German day. You forget it. It finished." And our lawmaker was able to give Guinness the pass. Today, look at what we have. You have a government denying another Liberian who is part of the government also, who is a member of the government. You see how intolerant these people are? That's what we continue to tell you. Joseph Newman Boakai and his group, the people, they are very intolerant. They will not want for you to disagree with it. For them, it should be yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. If you have any dissenting opinion, forget it. They look at you to be an enemy. They look at you to be an act rival. They look at you to be the worst nightmare ever, and they will go after you with everything that they have. This is what they are doing. Now, the government have just exposed herself, the fellow Liberians, the 2029 election, that those of us from the diaspora, we got to open our eyes. Those of us in Liberia, we got to open our eyes. Because if they can deny you of an opportunity of another Liberian trying to at least help you to build a bridge that for a very long time has been there doing the Madam Ellen Justice Salif 12 years. They didn't do nothing about it. And at the end of the day, somebody wants to come and help. And then Joseph Newman Boakai is saying no, telling people, say, no. I will not be surprised during the campaign that the government will be brave enough to say to the opposition, you cannot go certain place to campaign. You cannot come here to campaign. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if this government will say to the opposition that you cannot bring this for your campaign. You cannot bring that for your campaign. I will not be surprised if at all there's going to be, if campaign materials from the opposition is to come in, that it will be seized right to the airport or to the seaport. I will not be surprised. These are signs that we are looking at.
Yeah, allow you flagging this one. Yes.
Signs that we are looking at.
Yes, allow you flagging this one. Yes, you flagging it. Read something here.
I will not be surprised if Joseph Newman Boakai will stop any means of transport for the opposition. We see during the election period where, the Unity Party, they brought in whatever, helicopter or whatever. Nobody hammered them. But I will not be surprised in 2029, Joseph Newman Boakai will say to the opposition, or will basically say to the CDC, you can bring no plane here for transportation for campaign.
Prince.
Yes, sir.
Prince, just 1 minute and round up. I heard something today on Freedom FM from the chairman of the CDC building and the man and Kofa. Kofa was on Freedom FM, KOK. He said something very important. I want for the followers then to listen. Probably a double you might come in, Prince you might come in. Probably this could stop, they could delay the CDC's headquarters. He said those are responsible for the country is already in country. But It's a roadblock, a small roadblock. They have to have permit before they have that construction. To go here, one for you to come, sir. Suppose the where you take that permit from, suppose the government deny the biggest political party or permit to construct that party headquarters. How would that be? I'm not deviating from the topic, but we're falling in line in the same topic. Pretty real of serious thing here concerning when the time for election, party equipment, cars, and other logistics that will appear in the country through the port of the Republic of Liberia. It's a serious thing Prince raised here now. So people should grasp it. Now, I saw Kofa talking about permit. So when the government don't grant that permit, will the CDC build a party headquarters?
Thank you. So to just land on my thoughts before go there. So these are some of the things, fellow Liberians, we are looking at, and these are some of our fears, because the government have started to show early indicators. The indications are very early that they will do everything to be able to strangulate the opposition. Remember now, Musa Hassan Belete, while it is true that he is a Liberian, but he is also a member of the opposition bloc. And whether we like it or not, he is a member of the opposition bloc. He aligned with the ideology of the opposition in doing everything to remove this government, because the government have shown no sense of responsibility. They have shown no sense of urgency towards solving the Liberian people problem, but they are creating more problem for the Liberian people while they are putting enough in their pocket. So he is part of the opposition bloc. So what we are saying, fellow Liberian, is an attack. It's an early indicators that we should put our axes together. That this particular government, don't be surprised. They will tell you that the other road here, the other truck, you can't power on the road for you to go run your campaign. The other one, you can't go on another road for you to go run your campaign.
That won't get happen. That won't get happen.
Able to open the eyes of Liberians, especially the opposition bloc, to what is happening. Musa Hassan Belete wasn't building a bridge for people who are not part of Liberia. He wasn't building a bridge to be able to connect or to be able to take resources from under the soil. He was building a bridge so that these people's life can be impacted under this government. And this could even be a plus for this government. If this government is outlining, or imagine if this government wants to build road, and if that particular area has the bridge already, it gives the government an added advantage. Instead of building a bridge again, using our resources to build a bridge, before even making sure that the road can be built there, she would just go on building the road. This government lied to the Liberian people, say they have resources allocated. Have you ever heard of have you ever heard from government talking about that particular area?
Let them show the line in the budget. Let them show the line in the budget. I think the next thing we'll do,
sure.
Maybe we'll go check on the budget line and see, because the budget is a published document, it's published. Let's go see which line out there that says that particular area is meant for preaching.
Definitely, it's important, fellow Liberian. This is where we find ourselves, and this is the fearful thing. That government will tell us, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that. You see, you can see how intolerant these people are. Yesterday, they were giving all of the leverage to do what they wanted to do. Nobody hammered them. Nobody disturbed them. Whatever they wanted to do, they did it without any hindrance. But today, look at what they are doing. They started with the party headquarters. And if you think that what we're saying here that joke, mark this. They started with the party headquarters. Oh, according to the information they start giving to their people to run around with, was the headquarters passing over the bridge that will come in Bay, the bridge that will come in Bay, to the extent that the committee had to ask the engineers and say, my people, they play will come in Bay, a passing over your bridge, or your bridge passing over it, or whatever. The people say, no, nothing passing over there. Here's where we are. Again, we saw another individual being sponsored by government. King, I said, oh, they play for him. One guy get done from nowhere. Oh, they play for me. Hey, fire. That other noise was quiet. My people, these are indicators, these are signs to tell you that this government is not tolerant when it comes to anything that has the face of the opposition in it. Whether it is to benefit you or not, they don't want to know. Once it is opposition, it is no. But imagine all of these organizations that can bring in doctors to come and help the Liberian people. Joseph Newman Boakai, Minister of Health, can say, oh yeah, you know what, the doctor, they got to take permit, they got to come here, they got to do this, they got to stand, they got to do that, they got to do all the other things. They don't say it. These people come in and provide whatever opportunity they have to provide. But today, look at what you are telling another Liberian that want to impact his people's life. This is sad. We'll use the next 30 seconds to just run up on this issue as we go to our next talking point. Honorable Duwayu, let's hear from you as you run up on this issue, sir.
Yeah, we have exhausted this for. I don't want to waste my time with no Boakai is intolerant, but on the question of whether or not during political time he'll do that, you know, Boakai, you're not working on your finger to do it. So that one, I don't really want to. He not working on your finger because he'll be defied. The people will defy them. The same way they were not pleased when we went out there to break ground for our party headquarters. It's not something that they really wanted, but they had no alternative. So at some point in time, it's not about what they want, it's about what the people want. So for that one, I'm not worried about it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, for me, it's a blessing in disguise. Let Musa keep it money. If Musa will put 100 or 100,000 blood, 200,000 to that bridge, let him save his money for the CMC. Yeah, let him save the money, put his money in better news because the Unity Party not ready for development. Yeah, working on roadblock, a poor country already. Poor. So you won't tell me when somebody find investor in the Western world, yeah, to bring let's say shape of rest in Liberia, they will block you from bringing rest to feed your people. What kind of stupid society is that? So what kind of stupid? That's why I told you I said the United Party get low IQ. Somebody somebody from the Ministry of Public Works to work along with him that will meet all the criteria that would not go against the environmental law and things or the EPA. That the only thing you must check. But somebody they coming to construct a bridge for the citizen of that particular country. As we poor we are 178 years old. You're not, as even government, they main opposition say you embrace the particular person because why? To the end of the ride, you will take credit of all these things. Probably the man will bring your speaker in the legislature, the regime speaker, or some people in the executive branch of government to break ground. So it's a plus for you. So that's why I told you I said the United Party, because they're so much embedded in witch hunting people, they're so cruel, vindictive, they're not tolerant, they put in roadblock. Imagine, I saw EFBC boss trying to trace a main money. Oh, they may get huge millions of dollars in the banking grid. By your cup of tea, you gather your own money, you gather millions and save it. Poor country like that. We don't even have 7 multi-million here. They may be a first bridge in trying for the Liberian people for you to embrace a party because you're not part of you people. You know, they may want part of you people, you will even accredit his whole project to Boakai said. Since no signature project in the Unity Party, somebody coming to develop the country, to help to develop, to pay, to make it easy for that route for the people. Now you're wish hunting. It's a total wish hunt in different form.
Thank you.
So the opposition have to be very, very careful.
Thank you so much. Honorable Dubayu, this issue of the code of conduct continue to remain a concern. Where you have government officials holding party position, and at the end of the day, you cannot distinguish whether they are party stouts or they are government officials, because sometimes these people use their proximity to power to want to have an influence in the party, or use their influence in the party to want to, to some extent have some, intrusion in government. And the code of conduct has been very clear with this as it relates to one, not occupying these positions. And even the very Unity Party yesterday, it was something that they beat on almost everybody for. No, Jefferson Koji is not supposed to be part of the party, even though from what we saw, he resigned and someone was in that particular position. But we saw the Unity Party at the time when they were in opposition beating the very CDC and saying, no, this will not happen, that will not happen. Today, figuratively speaking, the chairman of the party, Luther Tapo, appeared on OKFM, and among several issues, and he was asked about this issue of party officials serving in government and at the same time serving actively in party, duty, etc., etc. What he said was that who will cook a fool and they can eat some, meaning that for us, we'll be part of our party and we'll also be part of the government. We saw the ombudsman raising similar issue. As I speak to you today, the Unity Party who appointed this ombudsman took him to court. They carry him to court, raising this issue. Honorable Dobayu, let's hear from you. What is happening with this particular government?
So, first, the appointment of ombudsman, it was not as a result of good governance. It was a miscarriage of democracy because Mr. Boakai wanted to just prove a point that he's quote unquote legal and he wants to make things okay. So the appointment of that is just a miscarriage. It's an accident. It just happened because he wanted some credit, and now he can cope with what the ombudsman should do. So on the question of whether or not the Unity Party chairman who cook the food and can't eat it, whether it's a moral statement, whether it's a good statement. Now let me just say the Jake, the guy just did not speak. He just did not speak loosely. He also spoke in his speech was in admitting that the code of conduct today is in the toilet, the very toilet that Luz Dillon talked about. That statement is a validation and a substantiation of the failure of this Unity Party regime. That statement, it mocks every public servant who believe in ethical governance and fairness under our rule of law. That statement tells you that Liberia is in a state of anarchy and Liberia is far away from civilization and the tenets of good democracy and the tenets of good leadership. That is what that statement is embedded in. That statement is free and double, with hypocrisy and acute double standard. Now, it is embedded with acute double standard, given the fact that when CDC was in government serving, this very Unity Party, they accuse us all of the time of conflict of interest, of butchering the so-called, code of conduct. Today, they are the one in open glare on Broad Street, urinating and defecating on the code of conduct. They are de-imaging and scattering every ambient of that very code of conduct. So the Unity Party today is treating the code of conduct like a napkin. If you're eating rubber on your mouth and you chunk it down, they are wiping it with absolute corruption, my dear brother Jake. So this is so sad. That's the most ridiculous part about it. People who once yesterday were moral voices, who spoke against, mis rules and lack of rule of law and bad governance, those religious people, Liberia Council of Churches, the so-called media and independent group, the affair of the Association of Female Lawyers in Liberia. Where are they when today's governance infrastructure today, elite governing class is trying to, be a snare of their own progress in a 360-degree format? Everything has changed. Nowhere to turn. There's a total breakdown of our social governance system. No economic prosperity, breakdown of our social structure, breakdown of governance. Morality is in the top because today they are talking about gay rights in the house. Nowhere to turn. Everything is just upside down. So we are disappointed in those media, the PUL, the Association of Liberian Journalists in America, all these groups that were making noise yesterday. Where are they? Where are they when the morality of our state has been broken down by Boakai regime? Selective justice is the order of the day. Boakai Rescue Mission preaches reform, but in reality, there's no reform. What they are engaged into is indulging. They is accepting of corruption and bad governance. appointing your party chairman who protested for job at the NPA is a violation of the code of conduct. You appointing your party chairman, allowing him to go to NASCOP, he led a gang there to go and take money broad day and remove the wealth of Pepsi Yeke, a lady who was qualified and duly recruited to serve. You went there and you, before camera, you go harass and dethrone her. That is conflict of interest. That is a violation of the code of conduct. So today's Liberia under Joe Boakai is in ethical shambles, no ethical governance. Everything but ethics is placed in the dustbin of the toilet. A place deep down 60 feet below the earth's surface. It's placed in a public septic tank. Flush, wall container of water because they don't want to see anything that resembles morality. So in conclusion, let me say this. When you lead with such a mindset, what happened to the society? When you lead and you mainstream party loyalty above, ethical governance, what happened is that you kill institution. You make the country weaker. You make people laugh at the country. You reduce our democratic credential. You make us to be a laughing stock. And of course, the Unity Party is that group that have the mirror, but they don't look at the mirror. The looking glass concept spoken about in sociology. The Unity Party don't have that. These very people are the people who mock the weird administration. They lie about things that did not exist. Today, everything they spoke about is being comfortably achieved, and the chairman of a party coming up and talking nonsense. But as in chairman, you see, Gordon Le Oakley. In I see interview, he admitted, he said, proud Joshua. You see, he says he's a pastor. I think the Holy Spirit arrested him. I posted the video in the chat room. He said, when Kenya, the people were praising Liberia, they say what Joshua did, nobody can do it. He admitted on the show, he said, when somebody do coup, you got to accept it. Joey are not done, they will not be where we are. So we'll get Joey the credit. The very fools come and talking nonsense. God arrested him, God is a pastor. He confessed again. Everything the man said, I try to be consistent here, is that he's confessing, and confession is involuntary. People don't want to confess. So now it is God's spirit and supernatural power that can make people confess. So my dear brother, the same men who preached transparency yesterday are now downing, with his church, and today they are perforating, they are tearing apart, the code of conduct in public glare. They are urinating, they are defecating on the public conduct. We do not have public conduct again in real essence. So Mr. Joe Boakai style governance is not strange, is embedded and grounded in power governance, is embedded in hooliganism, is embedded in jungle justice, is embedded in lawlessness, and is grounded in immorality. So this is where I can end on this. It's not strange to me because the same very Luther Tape, he cannot account for the 5,000 for all the 73 districts during their inauguration. That was the guy who presided over that. He's a criminal reverend. He's a reverend on the street, not a reverend in a church. So when he speaks nonsense. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly. As you were talking, I pull up this clip and we just talk about it in the next round. But Jake, what say you about this entire stuff? Let's hear from you.
Yeah, brother, we're not coming game Luther Tape relevant yet. No too much relevant. We'll just drop over it. Our party, the party, one of the hierarchy of the party, Eugene Nangbe finish addressing already your FICI party, FICI chairman Luther Tape is corrupt. Everybody know, as Ruler said. Money was given to him for the 17th district in Monserrado County. He ate all that money. He protested for job.
73.
Yeah,
73 district.
Yeah, 73 district, the whole 73. He protests for job, everything. So that's why he crying wolf that Georgia will not come back like in a dream. But I will cut it law why he's saying that statement. I will tell people why other than making that statement. Oh, Georgia will not come back. What do you mean Georgia will not come back? The biggest opposition leader in the country, opposition party in the country. How will you not? Who will contest in the next election? That somebody here will come from different place who can contest. Let me tell you something. The Unity Party, when talk about code of conduct, it's laughable. When the people can urinate on the president of the Republic of Liberia. when you ascend to power, when you can urinate on the constitution, the biggest thing that got the whole country, even he that told oath, when you can urinate on the, you're talking about code of conduct, when they bring that the first branch of government, they put in a puppet speaker, the regime speaker, the overthrow or elected speaker. Then you're talking about code of conduct. The people will never respect nothing until 2029. I let that phrase what Georgia mean. Fire for fire. That fire should be burning all unit, all sedition. We are shame, fan of we are the opposition. That fire will never, that fire must be burning until 2029. The moment we relent, no water should quench that particular fire. Because I'm telling Liberians here, 2029, they will keep video from me. 2029 we either make Liberia or break Liberia. That nonsense, the Unity Party people believe that they won't own our country to intimidate people. Forget it. We arriving there small. We in November, next year 2026, 2027, the political landscape in our country will change. The people not delivering the country. They're not doing nothing to change the particular country, to change the narrative for the Liberia to fall on our side. The only thing they're doing is witch hunting. They lie, they spreading propaganda, but that propaganda will not work. It not work. Pay for play part, the whole Unity Party that pay for play. All of them that pay for play. So they will never change cool. They are stubborn. They came to power according to the leader. The devil brought them to power. And the devil, they dance with the devil. As you dance with the devil, you think you can see the vision? The vision lost. The vision of the Unity Party lost. So all the president have traveled by anybody in 2 years' time. Did anybody ever travel in our history? What did it bring back? MOU. Or we meet these people. We meet these people. They do a lot of AR video. They're taking picture. Prince, I will display one picture. I will show you one picture they display that they lie. Prince, let me ask you before you come in quick. And you saw the video with the President Boakai with marching to Macron. You saw the video. They display the video.
Sure.
And they put a video on. And they put a video like they have your motorcade with a lot of motorbikes surrounding that motorcade. Let me tell you today that fake picture. Why they make video? If a Boakai in that motorcade, why they not do video? That old picture. That old, I live in Europe here. That we digging it all. That old picture. Unity Party work and bread. Why did I make Boakai will be riding with people with motor bread all over the place? Don't show it. They will not show it, Prince. We saw the president marching to the palace of Elysee to meet Macron, while Macron later on war to him. Came down, war to him. Then at motorcade, they will not show video on. You think that we are not working, nothing working for them. Now, they say the president in Dubai. You saw any arrival in Dubai? You saw any arrival in Dubai? You saw, I'm asking you, you saw any arrival? We're following them. The people will never cajole us. They will never cajole us. We're waiting for video there now. We're waiting for them to they sit in. They might not bring AR video the way they tell you at the United Nations. At the United at the UNGA. And you saw Boakai were looking small in the valley. Then the tall Arab leader there, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, that were all AR video. So please go take it on.
Thank you, my brother. On this issue of Luther Tappe, my people, the first thing is Luther Tappe does not have a moral. That is the first thing. He doesn't have a moral. This was a man who, like all have been saying, stole, because I don't want to say mismanaged or whatever word, but stole money that was intended for our inaugural program. That was intended for all Liberians, the inaugural programs for all Liberians. But the ones that were given to him for his own party people, say, what they want, go share it among the party people. This man was in the business of stealing money from his own partisan. Where he will tell you, say, okay, my man, look, they get 5,000 for you, but I'll give you 2,000 and take $3,000. Our Luther Tapper did. He is on record. Not me saying it. His own Unity Party people, the thing was all over the place. Where different, how you call district coordinator were calling and saying, no, we did not receive this amount that was allocated. This was not the amount received. Some people even did not receive the money that was to be given to them or to their district, whatever they call it. Not even leave that aside. This man that does not have moral, that cannot even stand for his own party, that he the one wants to say, he does not have moral. This was the man who abandoned his own people, his own partisan, and was fighting for job for himself. He told his partisan, hello, my people, hey, you forget it. Everybody for that said God for all. Oh, yeah. Everybody for that said God for us. This is a man who, according to his own people, not me, the people are saying it, has abandoned his party only because he was giving someone how you call the thing, board chair position, a position that is not even a permanent position to say, well, or it's a fully employed position. Say, yeah, you are employed. But as I speak to you, they say the man get office to, how you call the place, National Port Authority. Board chair, get office there. This is the kind of desperation in this particular boy. Oh, yeah. This is the desperation in this guy that is using a church title to cover all his corrupt acts. This is the desperation that's in this man. We are not coming back. You as a chairman, you have abandoned the flocks. Your party headquarters now become a place where you can't even go. It's a no-go zone for you. Because according to you, when you go there, people will ask you, people will beg you. You are now siding with Dukle at the port, carrying on all kind of clandestine activities. To the extent that somebody was telling me, the man, he got a whole crew, how you call Dukle has given you a crew where when you go to him, he allow you to work on some ship. Can you imagine a party chairman reducing himself to that level? When ship can the picking can go in the port to go do that tarry clear or go do that hauling 1212, go off low ship and other stuff. In the main office. They say the man got listing there for port to work on the ship. You go there, man, my man. You go and work on the ship, you will haul, but you know what happened? If every day you're supposed to make $20, $5 coming to me. We'll give you $15, then $5 coming to me.
Wow.
That they kind of yes. That they kind of man here we can't say that and can't tell you don't want to happen, that don't want to happen, we listening to. You don't have any moral. You don't even stand for anything. You have abandoned the party. Think about how you can strengthen your party. And forget about us, because President Weah will become the president of the Republic of Liberia 2029, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. But in a statement, you can see that these people are very, very corrupt. In a statement. Look, when you have a president that is corrupt, the people who will be around are corrupt people, because these are the people that he will encourage. Who does that? Look at the statement of the chairman. Who will cook food will not eat it first. Look at that statement. In other words, who will be in government? And at the end of the day, you won't want steal. That is another interpretation also. Who will be in this Joseph Numa Boakai government? And at the end of the day, you don't want to do clandestine deal. That is another interpretation of it. These people does not have moral, my people. Nothing like moral in these people. You turn them upside down and shake them. Yeah, I don't care. You put 1,000 crayons somewhere and you say you examine it for blood. You will not see nothing that had these people. No moral in them. They don't have the moral. They don't have the moral to stand for the Liberian people. A chairman who cannot even stand for himself. He cannot even sustain himself. To the extent that they men were fighting. You that should be fighting for your partisans. You should be leading the cause. Leading the discussion. Why your partisans must have an opportunity. They must have job. He has abandoned the partisan. And at the end of the day, guess what happened? It was free poll. He say both chair. Say in one office. That kind of immoral men we can't talk, we listen to. Somebody who ain't get no political weight, weightless, nothing you get to prove. What kind of serious discussion have you ever heard the party chair, Luther Tapper involved into? No. Yeah, when you're ready, when they're shaking small, then you can't, my people, let me talk small. Yeah, they both know that I run. Let me talk small. That you cannot even speak. When last this man we saw him at the party headquarters, the chairman. There are people, we have friends, we have colleagues in the Unity Party who gave us information. And Luther Tappe has abandoned the party headquarters. I don't get even party headquarters. I don't know where the party headquarters is. You can just be disturbing people up the place there. I just disturbing, it can be disturbing people down there. And I man, we can't sit down and can't talk. But listening to him, and I will play this clip here, and I want you to listen. To the extent that even in his contract, he even acknowledged the work of President Weah. He was the one that was even being the one, how you call, interpreting it to Liberian people, explaining to Liberian people. That did not happen in Liberia, but it happened out of Liberia, where people were even hailing His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. Don't believe it. Let me play this clip here, and we have our final take on this. Let me play this clip from Luther Tappe, my people.
Moment.
Play this clip here from Luther Tappe.
Conference that I went for in Nairobi. A moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai...
Now, fellow Liberian, this is the Unity Party chairman hailing His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah based on what he heard other people say.
Yeah.
People
But
who are
Prince,
not even close. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I suggest the clip be one of our clips for the intro. We'll be playing it. You see, most of the time, we remind these people. Because they went out there, the king was putting this in his face. Like, he don't deserve to serve in this role if he didn't have a good man like Joshua. They put it down his face. And in that international gathering, you got no option. And you see that statement Luther Tappe made. Since then, I'm told Joseph Boakai has been refusing to get a call. I don't know how true it is. Joseph Boakai not like the statement because he's like, why him refer to the man as President Weah? And he said the statement was so truthful. And that's just the real fact. Even though this guy is a Luther Tappe, and then Luther, he can loot, so he call him Luther Tappe. Even though he's Luther, but at some point in time, God can arrest you. Even in your Lutherocratic state, God will make you to make the arrestment. So that statement is a powerful statement that I will urge us to most of the time use it as one of the intro on the Redemption Hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Yes, sir. Yeah, Jake.
Pray. Randall said, we'll keep this video. Let me tell you today, you mark this video follower. Luther Tappe days had number to become chairman of the Unity Party. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let leader say when he said, oh, Joy will not come back. He cannot stop somebody from coming back. Luther Tappe trying to tell the Liberian people here, he went to South Africa, Kenya, whatsoever. A minister, a transport minister, relate to him to say, oh, it never happened in the history of Africa before. Somebody wins you win 17,000 votes, the person concede. And when I tell you, Prince, I will say repeat it on the platform. The Unity Party, we're into 2 years now. It's surprising the whole Liberian people, you like it or not. You UPS even on the live feed. It's surprising to UPS then said, why nothing working for them? I told you have been blackballed. Imagine in the African region, Somebody telling the chairman of the Unity Party about George Weah. Everybody they monitoring, the party headquarters that were broken down, everything they managing. The Unity Party have been blackballed. I just saying it. They hustle their own, they hustle the president. They'll just be traveling, the president will just be traveling from place to place, 13 hour, 10 hour private jail, shape, anything, even transport himself on. Nobody will pay attention to him. I told you, I'm living in the Western world. The darling ball in Liberia that the West believe in, that unseat Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the George Weah. France pa, they will just talk to him in France. George Weah coming back to Europe. He coming back to Europe, he going to the Arab war and going to other places to put pieces together. They coming on the FIFA something. Let me tell you, when I say the Unity Party have been blackballed, Luther Tapper say in a particular place, anywhere they go, they don't ask for George Weah. They don't be asking for the president, the former president. They know what happened in Liberia. They know what happening in
our moment.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, our media, and they know what happened in Liberia. So the writing is on the wall. I say days are normal. That the next, who said Luther Party will become chairman of the Unity Party in the next round? Never. He can never be chairman again. Adubo, you said, the particular statement he said on OKFA, a rough fellow with a lot of people in the Unity Party. They don't, who said Luther Tapper? They don't know the true story. I told you, Prince, 2027, when they acquire good money, a lot of people within the Unity Party, they will leave that particular party. They will leave the government, they will resign to keep that integrity intact because they have political future ahead of them. They will leave, but because they didn't get enough money here, that what happening. But when they start securing that money for another 2 more years, we're going to 2 years now, 4 years to sit the balance to them care, they'll be jumping ship. They will jump ship. Seriously, you will see a lot of leakage. You will see a lot of things will go on by 2027.
Wow. Thank you so kindly, my brother. Thank you so very well. So, fellow Liberians, you're listening to Luther Tapper. This is just an affirmation of how President Weah left our government system. That even there are other people following and are proud of Liberia. Why do you think Luther Tapper could not say anything about Joseph Numa Boakai? He went to a workshop where there were thousands of other people from around the world. Nobody said a thing about Joseph Numa Boakai, even though he has been in power for 2 years, going on to 3 years. But nobody in that particular crowd, a crowd of thousands, from all around the world, nobody in that particular crowd could point to any good thing about Joseph Numa Boakai. Nobody. Is this not concerning? Is this not? That's what we tell you, that under His Excellency we were making strides, President Weah, and making progress. That's why we continue to say that under this government we are retrogressing. Don't believe it. Even the party chairman of the Unity Party himself saying it. No, this is not me. This is not from how you call from Prince. Before he say, oh yeah, like people in the how they can hear, oh, they can laugh, oh, they can do this. No, this is not from me. This is from the party chair. Imagine you being among other citizens, from other countries, from other areas. And these people are acknowledging the path that President Weah left Liberia on. What I believe he also did not say to Liberia, that these same people that were saying they were happy the way President Weah left the place, I believe they told him as a party chairman, Mr. Party Chairman, the way your president proceeding is not looking correct. The last time we saw that man trying to move speaker, the last time we saw him trying to incarcerate major opposition leader. So that was what he did not tell us. So you see, Joseph Numa Boakai, yes, sir.
I said, most of that, do I agree with you for 1 second? It's even diplomatically humiliating. You go somewhere, then you go approach woman, then the woman talking about your friend. Say, Baba, let him a prince and tall and fun. It's diplomatically humiliating. So to agree with you, yeah. What would not say? What really inspired that conversation? What made I got brave to walk? Or what news is he hearing about Liberia? Is he hearing at the demolition party headquarters? Was he communicating that when you're doing all that low, you don't have the real power? That man you're humiliating, he has the power. Is he seeing that, police is brutalizing people here and there? Something must have inspired him, because he knows that Luther Tappe works at the will and pleasure of Boakai. He knows in our African governance culture, when you were putting all your people there, he knows that Luther Tappe as a party chairman, and in conveying that information, what was he saying? So the diplomatic humiliation there is so glaring, to the extent that Luther Tappe, there's something called body language. He comes back, at that point, he just wanted to claim a girl, say, liberal democracy is all right. But the speaker who told him that was telling him, no, everything here is credited to a man who accepted the result. So whatever you are doing, if I were you, I would give the man breakfast, tea, and dinner every day. I will not disrespect him. A man who makes you to get power on silver platter because he believes in democratic rules and believes in the tenets of good governance and democracy, you deny him entry at the RIA. That minister was telling Luther Tappe, look, your government doesn't have the will of the people, so you got to stop misbehaving. That's what they were conveying. And I want us to pass the video around, because we don't care how they treat Luther Tappe. That's just a real fact. Or using, it's like 2011. Something happened to NEC. That there was a guy. He's there now. He called Livingstone. He was the public relations officer to NEC 2011. He went. He communicated that we were defeated. The letter he sent us, he addressed us as the winner. That was what led to us saying we were protesting for the real result when they killed us on November 7. I think the after tomorrow is the anniversary for that November 7 situation. That's the same thing happening. So, on November 7, it was the letter they wrote the CDC. They intended to tell you, say, oh, and there will be second round. But in that letter, they conveyed the real figure that we got. We said, but that figure, we won the first round. So there's no need for second round. Our number was flipped to Eddie, and Eddie number was flipped to us. But when they were writing all the mistakenly left our numbers there, and they addressed all the wrong message, but the red number was there. That was what sparked our desire to say, no, we cannot go to the election in second round. One or first round election. That had to kill on November 7. That was the same thing that I think David Livingstone or Waterstone, whoever his name is, they are the NEC. I think the last name is Livingstone. This is the same scenario involving Luther Tappe, right? He's saying the truth based on what has happened. God has arrested him to do what he's doing. So even though he's not Luther, what they call him Luther Tappe, but that's just the reality he's saying right there.
You are right, Oduwa. You see, this is like you said, this is really humiliating. A chairman of a party went on a program that was sponsored by the government that he is the chairman of. But even in that meeting, the issue of discussion, that was not part of their agenda. No, I don't think that was part of the agenda. That is, the conference that he went to, it was part of the agenda. Let's hail President Weah. Let's praise President Weah. Let's acknowledge President Weah. We were not part of that particular agenda. But to the extent that the people make it an agenda item, and you who the government sent there, or you who the government sent there, you could not even make a statement relative to your government. But people were coming in to say, look, we must praise President Weah. You are here today because of this man. Today you have a country because of this man. And I want to believe, just from the eyes of faith, maybe one would say religiously speaking, that maybe there were other people who were there telling Luther Tappe and say, look, the way your paper proceeding is not correct. Why is this man disrespecting the rule of law? Why is this man doing this? So they were saying all of the negative thing about the party, about Joseph Numa Boakai and his unity party. And they concluded by saying, look at how President Weah left the presidency. With respect for democracy, respect for even his opponent, and etc., etc. I believe they were saying that we are afraid that Mr. Boakai will not emulate this good example.
Exactly.
So you see, it's really demeaning that the government continue to become unpopular even on the international level. You see what we're telling you? Even on the international level. I mean, internationally, these were not Liberians. The country that he calling he get border with Liberia. That way people in the east down there. That far area. He's talking about South Africa. He's talking about Kenya that don't have border with Liberia. Yeah, you're going across the border at Guinea or Sierra Leone, you're going to come by and do that. And these are not countries that you usually hear, Liberians, like, kind of bit, kind of, they are not Liberian, what I mean, most of our people don't really travel to this kind of area in their mass, in their very plenty. I'm not saying Liberians are not there, but it's not a very populated, country in Africa with Liberian, like the way you have Liberian in Ghana, maybe in Sierra Leone, in Guinea, and etc. On those areas, I don't know, but there are not very huge number of Liberians there. Now, if these people can be concerned and start to tell you about the level of our democracy, they was talking about our democracy, they were talking about our peace, they were talking about the rule of law. That's what they were talking about. They made Liberia a topic of discussion. And they were hailing President Weah. So when you hear Luther Tappet saying, and airport politics, it is the shame. Can you imagine? He was there. We didn't go there with him. But he has now come to tell us the news. That's why we tell you, President Weah continue to remain the hope, not only of Liberia, but he shows example to the rest of the world about Africa. That yes, we may have some issues, but there are still good people in this continent. We still have good things in this continent. This continent can rise again. That's what we saw. That's what we heard from Luther Tappet. From Luther Tappet, the chairman of the Unity Party. He could not say anything good about Boakai because Boakai wasn't a factor there. They did not give Boakai credence because the thing is, look, the world at large is looking for peacemakers and not looking for problem makers. This world has too much on its hands. So when they see somebody who is trying to project a good image of peace, of tranquility, you know what? People are happy. They will be happy and they will hail you. When we're telling you that President Weah is the darling boy of the world, you don't believe it, but you're listening to Luther Tappet. So you want to Luther Tappet la? So Unity Party people, I'll go cause your party chairman now. Then when we tell you, say, President Weah is the darling boy of the world. He is the darling boy of Africa. And the world in general. Hey, I say, will I?
Wait, let me bust up quick. The follow that particular video about Luther Tappet. Another thing I'm gonna grab in that particular video. He said the people told him that your part. And Luther Tappet said, "Oh, okay, F. I hope we continue on the path that when you lose election, you must relinquish power." If you really grasp a statement in the particular video, so the particular thing is damaging. Luther Tappet believe George will leave power easily today. He hope his own party will continue on that path. To tell you, if you look at the whole interview, we are not looking at him criticizing, oh, Georgia will not come to power. No, there is a real story of that whole interview.
Thank you.
Yeah, your leader, it's a political jargon he uses, it's a political. They particularly coming about being the corridor many times. Now when he said it, all the Unity Party surrogate or the hierarchy or all of them will say, oh, Joe, we're not coming back, Joe, we're not coming back. But he's just trying to say it, but he didn't mean it. But the particular thing, Luther Tappet in the building wealth, the growing wealth, the creating wealth in the country, they're the surrogate, all of them building property whatsoever. But you think they will just leave that world and run outside? So he said the way we leave power, he said, he didn't say I'm a man of, if you look at it, he said I'm a man of God, I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth. The way we came to power, I hope it must be that way. So in case we lose power, that's why I say days are number. I know how vindictive these guys are. They not tolerate. You can see what they will start instructing when it start the particular statement start circulating. As Randall said, you will see what they will do to the party chairman. His days are number because they will never allow the kind of praise. They will just feel he's an agent, he's a spy working now against them.
They come and look for a country where you coming from, come and look for a tribe and all and say, sir, Eastern man, a brother.
Thank you. You're seeing the alignment. So that's it. But the people, it's obvious. You bring the capital building, they renown capital building, you destroy the first branch of government. You bring the capital building, never happy. Only your watch, only just it's a stigma. It all newspaper carry all around the world. BBC, CNN, everybody carry it around the world. They can, in the West, in the other places, they can call it parliament building. You bring your own parliament building. You brought in your own speaker. So how your news spread in Kenya, your news spread in Nairobi, the biggest political party, you destroy that party headquarters. You wish hunting the opposition. How they not tell you that you're proceeding the wrong way? So little trouble trying to tell the Unity Party that us are there, our repetition not good. So they let clean house. They let proceed the right way. It's simply trying to tell the Unity Party. If you look at that particular video, Prince, it a little bit damaging for them. They will not accept it, but a reality. As Randall said, probably God touching because you're a man of God. For you to say all these things. So that's some things you don't say. If you interpret different from what happening, Prince, what happening. The United Party, Prince, let me tell you something. You know the United Party broke? Seriously broke? They seriously broke. Imagine the president of the Republic of Liberia, he came to France to meet group, getting $1,500. Where I tell you? Your brother brought him counting that money. Your brother, where I tell you, for organization in Europe, we're not even using dollars, we're using euro. What the euro higher than the dollar? You're getting 1,500 for a whole group. All that group you saw, they were parading over the social media. How do they divide that money? For money, I said.
We'll keep it in the coffee on the group.
It's
And
shameful, man.
you just say this. Let me just say this to the follower. The first lady went to Gambia. She was in Gambia, right? I think some 2-3 weeks ago. She was in Gambia. Do you know that the woman was brave enough to look at almost about 200 persons and give them $500? I'm telling you,
Wow.
500 United States dollars in Gambia.
It's good for them.
Gambia. You know, the few times she was in Gambia, just quite recently, she was in Gambia. Some few weeks ago, she was in Gambia. She went, usually the Liberian community, other people, they will come and stuff like that. They have a meeting, so she
Wow.
come to speak to people. In Gambia, the Oma gave them $500, almost 200 persons, almost $500. I'm sorry, 200 persons,
She supposed
$500.
to give. She supposed to give them.
So the thing here is the guys from the Liberian community, because you know how they cajole them. The guy who was organizing the program said the first lady wanted to meet with Liberians, and they would be responsible for their transportation and their feeding for the hours that they were going to be there. So they anticipated that they were going to be there for somewhere around 3 or 4 hours or so. And they came in their numbers because they were already told that the first lady would be responsible for their feeding and their transportation. So there were some people, once they got the information. Gambia now is now a seeing African nation who still struggling, poor
Yeah.
people.
Tell
So
Liberia
there were
too.
people who even credited money from friends because they got the message that the first lady will pay your way. You all will be giving the opportunity to at least eat and other stuff like that. So there were people who went because they told their men, "Man, I read the first lady will give us money. I coming back with $100, so I pay you. Credit me
Okay.
$50." They went credited money, some of them, and went there. The guy said when they made the announcement that, the first lady, Madam Katumo Boakai, I want to thank each and every one of you. He said they did not even eat when they were there through the program. So all they felt, when you eat like that, you tell your men, man, who they put take the full money and just add it all with whatever they're supposed to give all. So that the conversation we're having money says, man, who the first lady will just add the whole, the feeding money plus the money where she's going to get everything to get her transportation because we eat nothing. After keeping those people for almost 3 hours in Gambia. So at the end of the day, The guy said, when they got through, after they finished praying, close the program, first lady led, and he said, in fact, the first lady was there. He said, well, on behalf of the first lady, we want to thank each and every one of you. We have your transportation in the tune of 500. The guy said the plane, he almost fainted. Because he not tell about $30 from somebody. He said the debt alone to read that. He took $30, he credited $30 from somebody. And when he looked behind, he saw the crowd that coming divide 500. He said, what thing I would get from here? He said, oh, he almost fainted. Because imagine you looking at 200 person. Eh? And you not
Wow.
credit $30. I think you'll get $30 you want, man. You'll get $30. They can't get $30. The equivalent, they can't give it to you. Imagine he looked behind, he saw the crowd. He said, he said, praise the player, and my whole spirit. He had to say, my spirit left me. He said, my spirit left me. Because he said, at that point, I was not even thinking about me. Because the money that I'm not credit, I was thinking about how many people will get before you even reach me. Before I even get half of even the $30 I take from the person. He said, after the program, I was still sitting there in a chair. My man, where bro, man got name and say, my man, let go, brother, man. Take it easy. Let go. So these people are mean.
Yeah, they mean.
But like you said, this clip is deep. And maybe tomorrow, when I have the time, we'll talk about it. But this is a very deep clip. There are a lot of things that this man revealed in this clip. He basically gave us an you know, a kind of insight of what was being discussed on the sideline in that particular conference. That's what he did. This statement gave us an insight that they were talking about respecting the rule of law.
The
They were
law,
telling
everything,
him
yeah.
that, look, you guys must be able to respect the law. We saw that President Weah was in that country, how you treated him when he passed through the airport, how you break down the office. To the extent that he said, we just hope that we follow the same example. Those words were not his words, but they were the words of the international partners that were telling him, we hope you follow this example.
But me remind you, Prince, if the follower finish forgetting here, you know, George Weah, you know, the former, may so recipe, the former Nelson Mandela, the late Nelson Mandela, George Weah visited in many occasions.
Sure.
So he's a brain name. Let me tell you, like, people that's an evil. That why they don't respect. That why they say you don't respect prophet in your own home. He's a legend. He's an icon. The videos are there. The videos are on internet. If they won't believe me, they must. That's why I say we don't preach propaganda here. The video, George Weah Nelson Mandela. George Weah is highly known in a particular country or South Africa. I remind Liberians again. You hear George Weah way back doing a football career. When Liberians say, "Oh, George Weah broke," and just say, "What a stupid dummy people don't read history." George Weah had a water company in Tanzania. Let me tell Liberians today, and they don't know that story. When he was playing football, he had a water company, like where we get mineral water to the George Weah, one of the first Liberian. Only Liberia doing all the professional time to establish a water company. Facts are telling Liberians in here. So that whole eastern side, he saw the eastern well known there. So the question I told you is a darling ball in Africa in the global war as we speak now. He unseated Ellen Johnson said, you think that joke I'm talking about? You think how the party headquarters building came about? The number of millions of that number of promises. He coming out to do the finishing touches for the party headquarters now. Then he coming with FIFA, the FIFA that where you appoint if a time they appointed a chairman, then co-chairman or chairman on racism. He get his hair off, he get offensive in Geneva, Switzerland, he get Switzerland, he get his office there. Number $1 million budget he's sitting down on in the World Cup right next year in America, the World Cup. Now, why you saw something circulating on the social media, but CDC were quick to denounce it that probably he coming for the World Cup, he will meet Donald Trump. Who's sponsoring the World Cup? America. I believe probably that would. Infantino breaking in the FIFA chairman is a personal friend to Donald J. Trump. He been in the Oval Office for more than 2 occasions. The person World Cup that will be using that ball is sitting right in the Oval Office. So he appointed George Weah as a personal friend. the FIFA boss from Italy, he appointed Georgia chairman on racism. He get over $100 million budget. I just saying it now. Over 100 because you don't want to brag about it. He get over number co-chairman name this and that. You'll be all around the world. 30 times. Georgia next year, Georgia will be heavily busy traveling from continent to continent. He's the chairman on racism in the whole on FIFA in the whole world. He will meet top leaders. He will start to put. He will meet all the leaders there. If you want to meet all the great leaders from all the world, the countries there, he will start pushing in for the CDC agenda. That he coming back, he want his support. So that North Unity Party causing, they may born to win. You are born to win, you like it or not. You are born to win, and the people respecting the way he get up, the peaceful nature, the moral, everything, highly respected around the world. You're going back to the Arab war. You're going back to the Arab war to face a lot of things there. So for Georgia coming back, don't worry about it. The United Party can be in denial that our business. The only way Georgia will not come back when he says me that statement, when he says, oh God, for family reason or other aspect, yes. But coming back, I know. I want to tell the CDC people, the hierarchy, the security apparatus that surround the president, they should protect him every form. And he coming back to Liberia again, say he will bring international security because what? He will be chairman on FIFA. So FIFA allowed to give him security. FIFA allowed to gain security to protect him because the World Cup is next year. So this man is born to win. So the Unity Party can spread lies. Oh, he's not coming back in Sego, in Dado, in Dezo that are business. Yeah. The only thing I'll always say, I'm going to protect him in every form. That's the only way. Because he's the last man standing against the unit. And the reality, he's the last man standing against the Unity Party rule. And the only man the Unity Party fear. He are proving now. He are proving. Arrival on the airport, massive. He put too much tension on the Unity Party. The groundbreaking ceremony, the whole world saw a groundbreaking ceremony like you having a rally. So it proving that he will come back. He will be proving. So the United Party, they elected, they spread a gibberish, they spread a propaganda. They know this man will come back. They know it deep down in our soul. And majority of people by 2027 within the Unity Party, they're not talking, but they were John Shape. They were John Shape. Who said they not know that the president proceeding the wrong way? They know it deep down. They know it because they cannot speak out now because I told you they don't have enough money. Their 4 year finished. You will see in 2 more years, they will resign. They will resign. Plenty of them will resign. They were John Shape. And I tell you again, why can I run in 2029? Why can I run it? Not able to run. It will be feeble. That reality, 2029 be 85 years old. 85 years old. How will you run? You think we'll come and get another poor beer?
I know. Fellow Liberian, to just conclude on this, right? From all indication, the world, great leaders around Africa are concerned with the way Boakai is proceeding. They are concerned about the disrespect that is being shown to His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah as the most immediate president, former president. They are concerned. They are concerned in the way things are going. And don't believe me. Believe the Unity Party chairman. In his speech, you hear concern. There are so many things. But like I said, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But again, fellow Liberians, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you for the time. We really do not have the level of time to be here for a long time where we can discuss almost everything. Sometimes all of the things we have on our plate, we can't even go through all because of the time. All of us, we are doing different things. We had to come from hustle. We rest small before we go. So we got to come, find Sonny, take bath, come and do this live before getting Sonny to Ali eat, then you rest yourself, then you go back again. So we got to share the time. We do not have all of the time. But again, I want to say thanks to you, my brother Jake, for always taking the opportunity to inform us. I appreciate you. And to our many listeners, I want to say thank you. Again, the page, you can follow the page. I want to thank you. I saw that Facebook sent us a notification. I'll put it up. Facebook sent us a notification that our live streaming is hitting 1.2 million. I'm about to put it up. I hope I'll have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
1.2 million. I saw
For
the
1 month, Prince, just for 1 month.
yeah. 28 days, 1.2 million. So I'll put it
You
up.
share the video.
Yeah, I'll
Liberian
put
just
it up.
share
I
it.
want to say thanks to all of you who continue to do this. When I saw it, I was like shocked. I said, wow,
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to all of you.
28
It means the
days.
message
Wow.
is going across. 28 days to have 1.2 million. This is something great. So I want to say thanks to all of you. I will put, I hope I can put it up. I'm tired right now. Play what
Yeah,
I
you
am.
can do it
But
tomorrow.
we'll definitely put it up. I want to say thanks to all of you who are hitting the share button. Those of you who are following us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is under the Palava Hut. Go there, subscribe to it, And those of you on X also subscribe to Under the Palava Hut. Until we meet again, my people, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Time have caught up with us. Have
Salute,
yourself
Baba.
a blessed day. And bye from our end.
Yeah, you share it, Baba.